Watch this video till the end in order to finally gain that self-belief. It's actually the foundation to realize everything that you really want. Your dreams, your goals, your desires, they all lie in your self-belief. So let's start with 5 steps that will help you finally gain that self-belief. I'm talking about this because it's something that have made all the difference for me, and it absolutely have the potential to change your life as well. So let's dive in. Hi beautiful soul, it feels so good to have you here today. Whether or not you succeed in life is hidden in whether or not you believe in yourself. So let's start with step 1, which is recognizing your inner power. A seed has within it the blueprint for an oak tree, a big oak tree. So that seed is like the potential which is hidden within you. When you cannot see that potential, it is difficult for you to see that that seed is the big oak tree. But your inner light, your inner fire, that potential that you already have within you is the reason why you have all the desires in your life. When you see someone else and you think, oh, I would love to have that. The simple fact that you can see what you see in that person is like that seed that is within you. It's your own potential to have that within you. And it's already in another form in your life, maybe in another area of your life. So recognizing in which area you are already powerful, successful, you already have that what you desire, is going to help you to have more self-belief in that area. And when you can see your value in one area of life, you can then transmute that value in all areas of life as you desire. So the first step is really to find out within you what is that potential that is buried. It's like having that small fire, but when you start feeding it with your self-belief every day, it will grow and grow. Since you are having desires, you have that potential also. So take your journal. Your journal is really your best friend when you want to reprogram your mind. Those limiting beliefs that hinge us from believing in ourselves, where do they come from? Well, they can come from the societal conditioning. They can come from our own lineage, like the belief that people have in the family where we grow up. If they have limiting belief around relationship, around money, around anything, we might inherit those beliefs more easily. About health. If, for example, in a family, people are always sick with a genetic disease, people might think it is normal for everybody else to have that disease. But with epigenetic, we understand that it is possible to mold even the genes. And that means that with the right behavior, with the right environment, inner environment and outer environment, we can actually change our DNA. We can actually change the pattern in our brain, how we think. Of course, it needs some energy, it needs some intention, but it's possible for you to change your beliefs, to change your health, to change your wealth, to change any area of your life that you decide you want to change. Recognize that inner power that is already within you and to say, okay, I'm taking that challenge. I want to create a new version of myself. That version of myself who believes more in herself. This is why I also created my course, A New You. If you knew who I was 5 years ago when I wanted to start my YouTube channel, and now that I am creating this YouTube channel, you will understand that there is a huge gap between that person I was and this person I am. And of course, I'm also dealing with self-doubt and lack of self-belief at times. And this is why this video is so important, because it's never about never doubting yourself, always believing in yourself, but it's also about knowing how to navigate those self-doubt, because you have been programmed a certain way for years. If you are 30 years old, then it has been 30 years of conditioning. And if at 30 years old you decide you want to become the type of person who has your dreams, then it is clear that you need a new identity. The moment you have that new identity, your dreams start coming to you. They start being attracted to you, right? But creating that new identity means two things. First, you undo the old identity that you have, meaning that you undo those limiting beliefs that were holding you back. You undo that self-doubt that have been so deeply programmed in you during 30 years, right? And secondly, you adopt the new beliefs that are going to help you to go forward. Okay, let's move to step 2, which is rewriting your inner story. The self-talk that you have about yourself is also part of your belief, your self-belief. So it's like your life is a script that you are playing from a movie, right? And if in that script it states, I'm not good enough, well, guess what? Your life, you will be acting like I'm not good enough. It doesn't matter what you are doing, you will be thinking like that. And I'm not blaming anybody. I have so much compassion because that was also my reality. You have heard about people who are beautiful, but they cannot see their own beauty, right? Until someone else come and say, wow, you are so beautiful. And even still then, they cannot believe that they are beautiful. But if they already believe that they are beautiful, somebody come and say, oh, you are ugly, they'll be like, what is he talking about, right? Because they know that they are beautiful. So you can see how the belief that we hold in our heart, in ourselves, can really change the way we perceive the world, regardless of what the reality is. You are beautiful. But in one case, you don't recognize your beauty, and in the other case, you know your beauty, right? So it's about your inner story. If, for example, in your life, since childhood, you have had example of people telling you, oh, you are so beautiful, it empowers you to believe in your beauty. But if, on the contrary, in your life, you have had so many examples of people telling you you are not beautiful, then it might be difficult for you to understand your beauty. But it's not the end of the world, even if you don't have that. You start reprogramming your mind, you start rewriting your story. One thing that can really be helpful if you struggle with self-image is to do mirror work. In front of the mirror, naked, you look at yourself in the eyes and you say, you are so beautiful, right? You say your name, Inès, you are so beautiful, and you look into your eyes while saying that. I learned this from one of my mentors, and many people, when they were brought in front of the people to say to themselves, you are beautiful in front of the mirror, you will see them feel the shame. Oh, like looking down, like I'm not believing that I'm beautiful. This is where you can rewrite that story. If, for example, every time that you take a shower, you go in front of the mirror and you are looking at yourself with admiration. It's not about vanity, it's about reprogramming that self-worth deep within. It's not just about your physical beauty, it's about looking yourself in your soul, right? When we look in our eyes is the windows of our soul. So when you look at yourself in the eyes and you talk to yourself like that, you are really talking to the deeper self, to the soul. And you are beautiful in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, in your soul. You are beautiful in your energy. You are beautiful at so many levels. Let that be your new inner story. Let that be the new script that dictates your life. So when you take a walk in nature, walk like that beautiful being, emanating light, emanating love. Know that at that subtle level, at the level of the soul, you are already that divine being, that radiating being, that magnificent being. It's not even a question, it's already done, right? And now you bring that energy into this reality, into your body. You embody that by walking and thinking those thoughts. By walking like that person who knows that she's a magnificent being. You embody that person who knows that she's radiating so beautiful, loveful, peaceful energy to every other being around her. You radiate that energy so deeply, so easily. If it is a practice that you are starting doing now, know that it will be easier with time. It will be easier the more you practice that. Start really small. I love this book, Atomic Habit. Atomic doesn't just mean that it's small, very small and easy to do, but you know also that the atom has so much energy within, right? So much potential energy. So It is the same with those small changes that you can be doing to rewrite your story in this step 2. Anything that it can be where you think, oh, I lack self-belief in this area. Let that be an area where you give yourself permission to just be a work in progress, and it doesn't mean that you are failing. The fact that you are progressing, the fact that you are creating momentum, the fact that you are reprogramming your mind, you recognize your potential within, these are all evidences that show that you are successful. Start thinking like this and it will increase already your self-belief. When something pop up and you think, oh, I'm not good at this or at that. For example, if you think I'm not good at public speaking, reframe that, change the story, and ask yourself, is it really true or is it something that I've been programmed to think? And then change it into, I am learning to express myself better and better every day. I'm not good in social settings. Okay, is it true or is it something that you are being programmed to believe? And you can reframe that in, I'm getting better and better at expressing myself when I'm around other people with so much ease, with so much flow, with so much love, and with so much authenticity, being true to myself. All right, moving on to step 3 now, taking inspired, aligned action. We already touched this a little bit where we talk about those small actions that you can take in order to reprogram your mind, like taking a walk in nature and thinking about all those blessings that you have in your life, thinking about your magnificence in body, in mind, in soul while you are walking, while you are soaking in the energy of the sun, imagining that energy feeding you with so much beauty, so much energy, so much power, so much peace. Taking inspired aligned action is also about asking yourself, what is the next step that I can take on this journey? It doesn't matter what you are working on, believing in yourself, if it's self-image, if it's business, if it's relationship, parenting, marriage, anything that it can be, finances, wealth creation. Ask yourself, what is the next step that I can take that will bring me closer to my dream, to my goal, to my desire? Because self-belief doesn't come from thinking alone. It really grows when you take aligned actions, aligned with the person that you finally want to become, that person who believes in themselves, even if they are very small actions, like atomic actions, that have such a huge potential. Remember that seed, which has the blueprint of the big oak tree, right? But the small actions and the time, also the divine timing, is what is going to bring it to be that form of the oak tree, getting from the seed to becoming the oak tree, right? It's the same for your inner fire, your inner power, your inner self-belief, your potential, right? There is a journey to undergo in order to become that full potential, and this is why the small actions along the way are important. 80% is going to be that internal self-belief, and 20% is going to be the actions that align with that belief. Do the increment to get better each time that you do something, because that will make you getting better and better instead of discouraging you and sending you back into your old belief, into your old self-doubt. I'll give you an example with this, right? I'm a busy mom, and if I think I want to exercise or I want to meditate, I need to start small, maybe like 1 minute meditation, and then I'm like, okay, I've meditated today, that is good, right? Or if it's exercise, I will be like, okay, I can do 5 push-ups, and that is good for today, right? And that will give me the encouragement to come back again tomorrow and say, okay, we did 5 yesterday, maybe today we try to do 6 or 7. We did 1 minute meditation less yesterday, maybe today we can do 5, right? This will help me to keep at it. Or another thing that I love to do to ensure that I will meditate is to choose a guided meditation. And since I've created my own course, a new you with meditation inside, sometimes I will pick one meditation there, and it ensures that I see that new version of myself and so on. Doing those small actions that will help you to say, I did it yesterday, so let's go again today, is so much better and increasing every time. Instead of coming the first day, you say, okay, meditation, I will do 20 minutes today. And then you are irritated when a kid comes to interrupt you, or something like you want to exercise but the kids want to play and they come to interrupt your exercising, and you are like, oh, I wanted to do 20-minute exercise and I cannot do it, and the next day you probably won't want to have that stress again, and that's why you will not do it. Can you see how that influenced your self-belief? The small incremental habit helps you to believe that, yes, I can be a busy parent and meditate and exercise when I want to. All right, beautiful soul, I want you to be really kind with yourself. Instead of setting big goals that you will be frustrated about, set smaller goals that you can then say, oh, I'm succeeding at this. Even the smallest actions help us to get forward. If you are in a fog, you might not see the full path ahead, but doing the next step and the next step will help you to see your journey unfold. And it's the same in our journey, in our personal growth journey. If you want to create a business, if you want to start a YouTube channel, the first step that you can take might be to research, talking to someone who have done something similar, or learning from YouTube. That is the first step that will make that dream of one day starting your business something tangible. You should understand the details of what you are wanting to create, and then taking action on the next possible step, because that will help you see what is the next step after that. Which leads me to my step number 4, to finally believe in yourself. So step number 4 is to surround yourself with believers, people who believe in you, and also people who believe in themselves, so that they are already creating those results in their life. The more you surround yourself with people like that, the more it will also go into your own way of thinking, your own way of believing in yourself. Have you noticed how some people are just so bright? They light up a room when they enter, even if they don't say anything. Their energy is just so beautiful. And there are other people, when they enter a room, they drain the energy down. What is the difference between those people? Well, some people will want to nurture you. They nurture your belief in yourself. They want to build you up. They want to tell you when you do something great, right? Other people will not want to put emphasis on what you are doing great, but they will want to put emphasis on everything that you are doing wrong to bring you down. There will also be always someone who is better than you in any area of life, and someone who is less fortunate than you in any area of life as well. So instead of being like comparing yourself to other people, it's so much wiser to focus on our own strength, our own potential, and are we living to our fullest potential? Because if we are in a good situation, but we are comparing ourselves to a less fortunate, and we stop evolving, it doesn't mean that we are living to our full potential, are we? We are not, because our potential is so much bigger than what we are currently doing, just because we stop, because we look around us and we are like, oh, I can stop here because I am the tallest building in the town. You have the potential to be even more than that. The inner guidance is going to be what really helps you to find out what is your potential, what can you really build with all the gifts, the skills, the environment, the people, the entourage that has been given to you, right? Use that, what that was given to you, and create from that, not creating from comparison. If we think of our self-belief like a plant, then in the right environment, that plant can really blossom, right? And evolve so beautifully and thrive. But if it is in the wrong environment, that plant can wilt. So this is why it's important to have around you people, mentors, friends, even community that really support you. This will help you to blossom even more, because they will strengthen your belief in yourself. With the coach that I'm working with, she's brilliant. And I was in a phase where I was thinking, I am stuck again. She was like, you are doing great, when we were analyzing my channel. And I was like, I don't always think like that, but why do you say that? And she was telling me how I'm really knowledgeable in the topics I talk about, how the perspective that I have on my idea is unique, so that even with her time in personal development, sometimes she learns something new from my perspective. And she was talking about all of those things that make me unique. But I wasn't seeing it like that because I was focused on the numbers, like, oh, my numbers are plateauing again. So it is what leads me to my point 5, which is to celebrate your progress and not in the outcome only. Like, oh, I want to be monetized. I'm not monetized yet, so I'm not doing well. It is about the journey. You are doing well. In your journey, you are doing well. For watching this video, from wanting this change for yourself, you have started to bring in the changes. The video about rebranding your life will be so helpful for you, as well as journaling to become unrecognizable. Tap into your dark feminine energy to give yourself permission to experiment new aspects of yourself. Right? That version of yourself who believes in herself. Put her on. Wake her up. She is within you. She is sleeping. Take the progress. I want to share this beautiful example with you. Like sometimes when I want to pay in the grocery store, I don't want to be counting the money and losing time and everybody having their eyes on me. So I always give a bigger amount of money. But on that day, I was like, I have some inner work to do here. I will take my time. I will get that attention and be okay with it. So I was paying something and I have so many coins that I could count in my purse. And I decided, okay, I'm going to count that. And while I was counting, I felt that discomfort, right? Change is never comfortable. Progress is never comfortable. Becoming that person who believes in herself is going to ask you to be at ease with discomfort. So I was counting, and at some moment I wanted to shift into my old self who will say, oh, whatever, I will give the bigger cash so that I don't have to count all of this. And that new version of myself who is like, we have some inner work to do here, so take your time. And I was like, okay, I can feel the discomfort. I can feel the eyes on me. Even the cashier was looking at me, and I looked back, I smiled, and I continued to count the money, right, to give her. After that, I was like, good job. Good job on your inner work on this, right? This is the same for you, how you are going to train that belief, that self-belief, little by little, by giving yourself some small assignment like that prove that, yes, I am improving my self-belief. Wow, I love when the sunlight shines on these plants like that behind me. I love that. So back to what I was saying, it's like every step that you take toward your dream is a confirmation of you being that person who has that dream, right? What was it for you? Is it creating your business? Well, every step that you take toward creating that dream business is a confirmation that you are attracting your dream business. So it's a reason to believe more in yourself instead of thinking like, my business is not yet where I want it to be, so I'm not succeeding. Train yourself to think otherwise, to think the other way, where you see, I've created a video for this week, so I am creating my community for my business, right? I'm creating a course, so I am creating the foundation for my dream business. Every action, every belief, every thought that you think, every decision that you make, every investment, purchase that you do in the direction of creating that dream business is a confirmation that you are becoming that dream version of yourself who has anything that you desire. Integrating all aspects of yourself with the self-belief is not just at the mind level, it's also your energy. Someone who believes in herself carries herself differently than someone who doesn't believe in herself. And sometimes we really need other people to give us that confirmation, that validation. But it's really more wiser to create it from within. So start talking to yourself like you were the most amazing person that you are. You were created magnificently. So when you work, no matter where you are, tell to yourself, I'm the most magnificent human being on the planet. And again, it doesn't mean that other human beings are not as magnificent, because they are. Each of us is just as magnificent because you were created for a specific mission, and for that mission, you are magnificent. And your dream is just a little step away from you. So take that journey and go step by step toward it, while taking care of yourself, while asking yourself, how can I make this more easy? Because there's also that other part of you who want to grind, who want to show that she deserves self-worth because she's working so hard. But it's not necessarily the way you gain that self-belief, right? You can be so juicy, so vibrant, so beautiful, so at ease, so magnetic, just by being that person, by embodying that person, by making it be easy for you, by asking yourself those questions. How can you make it more easy for you to get what you want, but easier, right? Maybe it's asking someone who have done it before how she did it, and then taking their blueprint and seeing if it works for you, or seeing how it works for you, how you can adapt it to you. Really have that intention to make it easy on you, because else it can lead to burnout, wanting to do too much action in order to be worthy of your dreams. You are already worthy with every small thought that you will think, every small decisions that you will take, every small steps that you will take forward. Ask yourself what will feel so good to do right now. And then you take that action and you feel your energy start shifting into becoming that person. And you do the repetitions. Probably you already have some meditations that you love, and when you listen to them, it makes you feel really confident. I will link one of my favorite down this video so that you can have something that can really boost your confidence, boost your belief in yourself, have that certainty about your magnificence as a human being in all the aspects of yourself. Imagine that you are learning to play the guitar. And at the beginning, when you learn a new song, it can be difficult, right? But as you progress to practice that song, building the confidence by practicing that song, you will be more confident. You will believe more in yourself when you can play that song, right? So it's the same for any endeavor that you have in life. You can build your confidence that way, understanding that for any beginner, it is not comfortable at the beginning. But the more you practice, the more you put in the repetitions, the more you cultivate that self-belief that we talk in this video, the more confidence you gain. It becomes your new belief. The more people start giving you also that external validation, because it came from your internal belief, your internal validation first. You have everything you need to succeed already within you. And I am here to cheer you on the journey. You can do this. You are magnificent. Believe in yourself, because I believe in you and I believe in your power. If this video resonates with you, give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone who will appreciate it so that we can reach many people in the algorithm and have a bigger impact. With more people believing in themselves, we create a more beautiful world altogether. If you want to go even deeper in this, a new you, all about becoming the most confident, magnetic, empowered version of yourself, attracting to herself her dreams, her deepest desires. And Feminine Rebirth is setting up the foundations for your dream business. The feminine way, it's actually about how to confidently create your first course, even if at the beginning nobody is going to buy it. It is creating also that self-belief for yourself. No matter how the results are currently looking, there is also a need for the divine timing to be in synchronicity with every effort that you are doing. You are so close. Don't give up. Continue to believe in yourself. It won't take long anymore until you start seeing the results that you truly desire, the outcome that you truly desire. I also offer coaching. Until next time, stay inspired. I love you. Bye. Mwah.